So let's talk about keywords on because when anything happens on Google, and I want to focus today's session on Google. Anything happens, it starts with a keyword. Everything starts with a keyword. Everything starts with a search term. Everything starts with words. So, what are the words that matter, and what are the words that you would like to be found for? So, the first one is okay, I'll again share my screen for you to always look at is your own Google Analytics data. All the tools that I'll share with you, including Google Trends and all, they are all really good ones. They are all external data. You have to start with what is it that is currently bringing traffic to your site, both paid and organic. What is it that, how are people currently coming to your site, and what words have they typed in? Because that is the higher degree of validation in terms of what you know. Let me just send me something on chat or just message where, if you don't have, is there anybody here who does not have Google Analytics on their site yet? Is there anybody who has not? Everybody has Google Analytics. Awesome. So when you log into Google Analytics, you will see that under content, drill down, there is a section where you can see search terms, and you can just look at all the different search terms through which people have come to your site. That's a really good method of knowing what are people currently coming to you for, and how do you expand that cluster. So this is this is an example of a company which is so different to food, fun, health, and things that you work that you are one of that some of you in this group are one of the clients that I work with. And I think the biggest joy of what I get to do in my profession is work with a variety of businesses. So I've worked with companies who are in food, health, hospitality, commerce, tech entrepreneurs. I've worked with clients who make cranes, clients who do drains. So one of my clients is a drain manufacturer. They have done the drainage for the Sydney airport, for MCG, for shopping malls. And in the last 4.5 years, I have learned so much about grease traps and grease separators and drainage and what makes good drainage. That I'm impressed. But one of the things they do, and actually some of you in this room may be familiar with it, which is commercial kitchens. As commercial kitchens, you need to get some grease separators, which separate the grease and oil from the water which goes under the switch. So one of the things so when you look at your Google Analytics data under the search terms, you can see the different search queries. What were the clicks from them? This is all internal data that's available to you through analytics under acquisition. Sorry. So this is almost like a gold mine of information for you, where you look at the queries and you look at the impressions. The queries tell you what people are searching for, and impressions show you how many times you were shown for those words. Don't worry about clicks just now, because that would be dependent on where you are positioned organically for those search terms. But this becomes an opportunity for you to then expand your search words on what you would like to be found for. So the most important question always to ask is, what is it that I would like to be found for? What is it that if people knew I have to offer, and I can offer that, what would I like people to know? What would I like people to find me for? So that's what we're talking about, the search terms. And I'll have a little exercise for you and I know you have a few other sessions, and I don't know or Haley if you are going to be over time with this, given the late start. But one of the things when I run this session face to face, I do what is a keyword game called Deal or No Deal. And I want us to play this in a slightly different way. And the only thing you have to do for it as a set of homework, which we will do it in the next session, is to share from the questions we asked about what is it that you would like to be found for, who is that customer who you think needs your product more now than they ever did in the before, and what is it that they should search for. So keeping that in mind, I want you to pick three different keywords, three search phrases that you would like to be found for. So just come up with those search words of three different variations of what people could type into Google. And this is customers who need your product more now, whose needs have changed because of all of this, and you are best positioned to provide it to them. You just want them to know about it. So have a think about the keywords, three set of search phrases from all of you. For those of you who have run Google Ads, you know that Google's tool, Google Keyword Planner, is a really good resource for finding what people are searching for. And to your earlier question on chair dancing, how many people search for it, Google Trends is an overall data. It's like very condensed macro level. When you want to know exactly how many people search for a different keyword, the right place to go for that is Keyword Tool. So you can just do a Google search for Google Keyword Planner. Go to this link, and it gives you the option of discover how you can find new keywords, or you can get search volumes and forecasts and historical data for the keywords. Now, this tool is really a way to lead people into paying for Google paid ads. But you don't have to run a paid ad campaign to plan your keywords. You could still use this keyword tool to get the insights, get the search volumes, get the data, and then use it for your SEO, which is where you don't pay per click, right? So everyone with me so far on it, that the Google Ad Keyword Planner tool is your really good resource to find good search words, which will help you find what people are searching for, what is the search volume, what's the average cost people are willing to pay per click for them. And what that does is it helps you really hone in on which keywords you should aim for and the ones that you should win. So this is a rich Google database. Every time all of us have gone in and put anything on Google search, Google stores it in its database. It knows what people are searching for, and it combines all of that into creating what people are looking for. Another really good way of finding what you should be found for, and really, when you think SEO, the first thing for SEO is search words. Then everything starts from there. So I did a search for filtered coffee beans. And when you do a search for the keyword filtered coffee beans on Google, this is a screenshot I took this morning. Google shows different search results, but if you scroll down at the bottom, it shows some other related words to your main keyword. So you would be running, some of you I know are running an active SEO campaign. Some of you have run it in the past. What would be awesome for you is to have a look at your keywords. What I want to sort of reinstate is that whenever you have put in an SEO campaign, you would have thought of the search words. So can you share with me, just with a why, if it is a yes, or N if it is a no, if you are currently or have in the past done an SEO campaign with a definitive set of keywords. So just share yes or no, so then I can get an understanding of it, and then it will help me build that for you. Okay, so most yeses and 2 no's I've got so far. Okay, few no's. So those of you who've said yes to it, it's your opportunity to go and re-look at those phrases and see if they are still relevant. One of the things I have found that the search, for those of you who are currently doing SEO, you may have got your keyword research done a year ago. And the way people are searching now is very different. So you need to rethink your SEO terms. So that's an action for those who said yes. Those of you who said no, Simon, Matt, Natasha, for you, you need to look at uh, the keywords now. You need to see what is it that people are searching now, and then you can incorporate it into your digital marketing. The best way, the best form of marketing is when people come to you. The best form of marketing is that pull based marketing. When people find you, they know what you do and they come to you. And your website is your salesman working 24/7, round the clock, every day of the year, every geography of the world where there's an internet connection. So you make that sales machine who you have spent money to build a website and pay for the hosting, make sure it is doing its work well, get it to work. And the way to get it to work is to make sure that your SEO words are just what will get you the right kind of traffic. So look at the related searches. So for the keywords that you have already picked, see what Google shows as other related keywords. So I know that filtered coffee beans becomes one of the very high search volume keyword, but there are other keywords like filter roast coffee beans, best filter coffee beans, Australian coffee beans, ground coffee beans. Now these are other related words which reinforce your main keyword. So I want you to establish your own list of other related search phrases that come up for the keyword that you are already optimizing for. Another tool or another thing to really be more conscious of and be aware of, and we see it all the time, is Google autocomplete. So if you have picked your search words, look at what is Google suggesting. With so much happening around the royals, and if I was a publisher, a site which talks about celebrities and royals, even just typing in what or why about royals, it gives you a whole list of other things that people are searching for. And this becomes your opportunity for other keywords which you could optimize your business, your website for, which Google has suggested in autocomplete. So as an exercise, and I don't know how much more homework you've got from other people, other, people who are doing the sessions with you. So sorry if, you get too much this week, but I have two things from you. One, your list of search words, and two, the search words that you've already optimized for, and two was the previous work where I want you to write 3 different keyword variations that you think people who is your customer, whose needs are not being served now or have changed significantly, what they would look for. So come up with just simple, it will take you 10 minutes to do that. Yeah, so I think the next session will be more exciting with that. The other tool that you have, and all these tools, the fun of all these tools that I've shared with you so far is you don't have to pay anything. You already have access to them. You may need to unlock them, but they're all available. They're all with you. You just need to start to use them, be aware, and use them. So the next one is Google Search Console. So when you go, if you go to search.google.com, you can find and log into your own Search Console, which is where Google gives you far more insights on your data, on your term. And there is, there's the TF-IDFD, which is the term frequency and analysis, which tells you how often that term has been used. So, and I know Kelly has covered this in the previous thing about how search engines work, is your keyword and your keyword match to Google's algorithm. So how that keyword matches to the algorithm is dependent on the frequency of the terms that you would like to be found for and the location of those terms. So look at your Google Search Console data, and you will come up with a whole heap of new search words that you can optimize the site for. They may be just a little bit lower down.